You are now watching Zacian PTCG. Let's get it! Yo, what's poppin' peeps? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be covering over Decidueye. Now, Decidueye is no stranger to success. It's been popping off with Obstagoon hand in hand for over a year now. But where does that really leave us with the deck now? Well, since Battle Styles came out, Decidueye can kind of pinpoint exactly what's going on in the metagame a little bit better, just by the decks that are popular right now. So this deck is a great call, seeing a lot of success. It won the 400-person chill event, recently top-aided Hegsters. Don't really want to talk about anything else beyond that, because we're going to try to keep it pretty chill here. But beyond that, I mean, I think we got a lot of cool stuff to cover in the video today. Expect my thoughts, some gameplay, and the deck list. The deck list is going to be in the description below, so if you want to copy and paste that while we play along, that's awesome. If you're missing any cards for the deck, go to PTCGO plug in code Zacian5 to save 5% on your order of codes. And if you haven't already, hit that subscriber button right there. By the time of the creation of this video, we're close to 2,500, on our way to 3,000, and the rest is just all up in outer space. That's the limit. So that being said, let's jump into the deck list and see exactly what's poppin'. So here we got Decidueye in all of its glory, and you might be like, yo, how does this deck work? And basically it works revolving around Deep Forest Camo, so prevent all damage done to this Pokemon by the attacks of your Pokemon's V, VMAX, and GX Pokemon. So V is V and VMAX. So the whole goal is to block your opponent's attacks with Decidueye whenever possible, isolate threats whenever possible against other things, and splitting arrow them until they lose the game. So that's kind of what the whole strategy of the deck is. Let's go over the cards one by one. Aipom is a really great tech to kind of isolate your opponent from trying to deck you out. Sometimes they're going to build up a big hand, play cards like Marnie, or play cards like whatever, just to kind of build up cards in their hand. When they build up a big enough hand, you can yank out. If you are missing this card, it does come from the Pika Rom League Battle deck, I think. We got a couple copies of Snorlax here. Snorlax is really used to use Gourmandize, so you could draw cards for your turn, and basically just draw cards so you can get set up. We do play this Rowlet instead of the shiny Rowlet, just because the shiny Rowlet is the one that has the Sky Circus ability. We don't necessarily have Birdkeeper in this deck, so we chose, there's basically two choices. Do we do Hide and Seek and try to prevent damage, or do we add damage where it might be necessary? So we went with the Skill Dive one. I think that one sounds really good. That's just what we decided upon. Now, I do think that this Dartrix is quite good, that we have right here, just doing Razor Leaf for 40 damage. I think that's a sizable inclusion over other things that we have available. I don't think there's really anything else, like the 20 for 1 doesn't necessarily matter. We did go over Decidueye, so that's what Decidueye is going to be doing, Deep Forest Camo and Splitting Arrow. And we got a copy of Mew to block Rapid Strike, Urshifu, and other things going on. This deck benefits well off of Level Ball, with a lot of Pokemon having very, very few HP, including the Mew as well. Lily's Pokédoll is something that you grab off of a Rosa after one of your Pokemon were knocked out during your opponent's last turn. If you ever need kind of like a break to just sacrifice something, I think one Lily's Pokédoll is fine. I wouldn't mind seeing another one in this deck. A couple copies of Ordinary Rod in case your opponent gets some early knockouts on any of the line, or if you're just missing something. 4 Quick Balls, again, you just really want to get set up with the Pokemon here that you want to get set up with. 4 copies of Rare Candy to Rare Candy right into that Decidueye. Got 1 copy of Scoop Up Net in case your opponent's playing something like ADP and you need to lift up prize cards off your board. Sometimes you might have overbenched, sometimes they might have Mawile. This allows you to search it out with a Rosa and just kind of scoop up your Pokemon. Tag Call Engine is going to work great with this deck because you got a couple copies of Cynthia Caitlin, Guzmahala, you also got Malolana, and you could also grab a lot of other things like Big Charm. With the Guzmahala, you can grab the Aromatic Grass Energy, you can grab Capture Energy to search at a basic, Weakness Guard Energy, so it really extends a lot of the deck, including Turffield Stadium, which means that you could get a Decidueye out ASAP. 1 copy of Boss to bring up just threats in general to knock them out with Splitting Arrow, maybe something that is a single prize card attacker that can go through Deep Forest Camo. Beyond that, I mean, I think the deck's pretty self-explanatory. We got Professor's Research The big charm is really to block hits off of single prize card Pokemon, to really hit numbers. Things like Bronzong aren't necessarily going to hit you overall, or things like that. It's just like, it's a niche card. That's why I like playing 1. I've seen lists that play up to 3. I think that Big Charm can be good to kind of bide some time against attacks, especially with the Mallow Lana going on there. Aromatic Grass is just going to stop special conditions if that's their way to get through the Deep Forest Camo. Weakness Guard is for Volcanion and other attackers that are fire type. And I mean, that's basically what we got going on for this list. I don't want to go too in depth with what we got. I really want to showcase what this deck can do. This deck looks like there's a whole bunch more going on, but at the end of the day, you're basically going Deep Forest Camo, and if your opponent has an out, they might be able to win. If you're able to isolate the out, you're able to win. So it's one of those things where it's pretty black or white with this deck, very limited gray area. You're either winning because your opponent was not prepared for Decidueye, you are in the gray area because you are able to overcome whatever your opponent can throw at you, or you're in the white area where you basically lose because they detect an Aegislash, or they have enough outs to your deck. So let's see what some of these games look like. Maybe I'll talk to some friends out of Discord, see exactly if I can pull some cool matchups here to show you. So here I am playing against my homeboy Matty Tate from Chill TCG. You should totally check out his events every Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern approximately. They're the best events online right now. Super stoked for it. So we'll see what deck he kind of mustered up here to throw against me. I'm usually like, don't play a deck that I would get destroyed by, please. Okay, I mean, we started with Snorlax here. Not bad at all. I don't hate it. We'll have to see. It's the only Pokemon we gotta go with. So we'll see what goes on here. So he did start with Empoleon, which is gonna stop our Gormandi's ability. That's fine. I'm gonna go ahead here and pass. As long as he does not win on his first turn, I should be good here. In order to I just need to get set up a little bit. So we'll have to see what's going on here. So he's playing ADP. We'll have to see if he plays a counter like Aegislash. Most of them just play a Mawile nowadays. So we'll have to see what's going on here. Okay. Looks like he got a pretty decent setup so far. Like, he's looking for an energy switch. And I think this is really where ADP should be making these huge leaps. Because if he gets the turn 1 Altered Creation GX off, that's going to be quite huge. I think with me having 6 cards in my hand, it's probably worthwhile for him to try to Mawile, even though there's nothing going on with my hand here. I don't know how I feel about the other Zacian being there, or anything else like that. I think that's a little bit much. I probably would have pitched that or gone for the Mawile, but he missed it. He's going for the Intrepid Sword. Certainly going to be helpful for me. So let's try to get set up here wherever possible. And I mean, I have options between Guzma, which you get a single Pokemon, a Rowlet that is, or I could just pitch this hand with Professor's Research. I honestly think I'm just going to pitch this hand with Professor's Research, to be honest. So let's see what we get set up here. So we did get a Rowlet. Rowlet's going to be cool. I am going to attach an energy to the Rowlet. And might as well go Big Charm as well. Just so I could use Gormandi's to try to draw into some more cards. So let's draw into some cards with the Gormandi's and see exactly what he decides to do here. Now, I am worried that he might just go Escape Rope, attach an energy to the Zacian and get a knockout. That's one way to deal with the Rowlets. On the other hand, it's not worth many prize cards, and he really can't keep that up turn over turn. And at some point, I can get out 2 Rowlets. So we'll have to see. It looks like he's just getting set up with Altered Creation. I mean, I don't really know what else he wants to do this turn. Most turns, as soon as you attach your energy for Altered Creation GX, you're just kind of vibing out with that. So there's the Quick Ball. Let's see. Maybe he's going for the Mawile this turn. We'll have to see exactly what he grabs. I mean, there's a Rowlet that he can put down. There is Gormandize in play, so maybe he was like, okay, Zach used Gormandize, I'm gonna Mawile him now. Try to find times to use a Mawile, or an appropriate Mawile. It's certainly gonna be a wise play. So we're gonna go for Rare Candy into Decidueye here. Gonna go Level Ball for a Dartrix. And go Viridian Force away a Tag Call. Searching through, making sure that we're all good here still. Yep. And then I'm going to start attacking. To me, this seems like a really good opportunity to provide some pressure into Maddie. And there's nothing that I particularly want to knock out here, so let's just go Splitting Arrow. Let's go 20 damage over to Pokemon that we could really just knock out earlier than most. So let's hit there and hit there. So those are the quickest ways for me to get the knockouts. There's nothing else that I could really plan to get a knockout. Most Pokemon are just going to get 3-shot. I'll send up Snorlax. I think that's fine. I'll eventually be able to draw into a Scoop Up Nets. And I think he's going to take his first 2 prize cards. Just because he uses Altered Creation GX into the Brave Blade. But as long as he doesn't play an Aegislash, and at this point I think we would have seen an Aegislash hit the fields, I think we're probably in a really good spot. Not entirely sure why he attached to the ADP. Maybe he's just trying to power up something else. But to me it seems like maybe it's just more of an efficient attack. So there's the Ultimate Ray, and at this point I should be able to wall with double Decidueye. Just using Rosa to get everything all set up. I don't want to put other bench Pokemon down, just because I can fully wall with the Deep Forest camo. So let's send up this, and we're going to go Rosa. So in this case, since I did draw the Turf Field, we're going to go for a sneaky play. We're going to grab a Pokemon that we do not want to have in this deck. That's going to be Snorlax at this point. We're going to grab a Quick Ball. And we're going to grab a Basic Energy here. So that's all cool stuff there. I'm going to go Quick Ball, discarding a Snorlax to grab a Mew. Something else that's not going to be useful. Grabbing Mew, we could discard that with Viridian Forest just to get another card out of our deck. It doesn't matter about the energy or anything like that. We just want to get Pokemon out of the deck in case Maddie does run another Mawile. We're going to go Turf Field here now, and we are all set up here. So we're going to go ahead and attach the Grass Energy, because that's probably going to be harder to search out than a Special Energy. And let's go ahead here and go Splitting Arrow 2020. And Maddie's like, oh, okay, Zach definitely knows what he's doing in this game. So let's see exactly what's going on. There's a Professor's Research. I think he's just kind of going through his deck at this point, seeing if there's any outs left, but I think it's going to be a pass here and a pass there. You can see the Ultimate Ray. I'm fully immune from the attacks that Maddie's throwing at me. And at this point, I do have other attacks, so not going to grab a Pokemon out here. And I don't want to grab anything out with Turffield Stadium. I'd rather keep my deck kind of replenished. The reverse of thinning, just in case I draw, it gives me a higher chance of drawing into a non-basic Pokemon. Because I don't need anything to win here. I have the game completely locked up just by doing 20, 20, 20, 20, 20. And this is all the deck does at this point. There's nothing else to be done. Maddie has no cards after that research, just the 3 cards. We'll have to see what's good after this. I think he's just trying to utilize all the cards that he has left in his hands. And we're going to go for the attack here. So, completely locking him out of the game. Poor Maddie, but good sport. Thank you for playing the game, homie. I know it's not a fun matchup, but I appreciate you playing this one out versus me. And we take the dub via deck out, but we would have won otherwise. So here we are playing another game against Maddie Tape from Chill TCG. I was like, throw something else different at me. Let's see what we got going on here. know he's been testing a bunch of different stuff. This is actually a fine start with the Snorlax. I can get out a Rowlet with a quick ball, use capture energy to get another one out, and we should be in good shape. Playing Keldeo GX. So we can... Okay. So Keldeo GX should be able to go through with Sonic Edge. Should be pretty good here for Maddie. Maybe a little bit more of a close matchup. So let's see what we could do here. Let's go Quick Ball. I don't think there's anything that spreads in this deck. So let's toss away the Mew. Let's go Rowlets. Double check through this deck, see what we got available. We have one Dartrix. We have a Dartrix in our hand. So we got both. We have access to rare candies. We do have a rare candy prize. So let's go. Rowlet goes down. I am going to go capture energy to the Rowlet to get out another Rowlet. Just want to double check to make sure we have grass energies. Yep, we got 5 of them here, so we're doing pretty good with that. I don't know if there's anything else that I really want to do. Maybe I could just slow down for a couple turns just by bringing up the Snom. This Snom does have double retreat. Maybe I'll use Call for Family, but it is going to waste a card in my hand. So maybe I can get a rare candy Decidueye. So I mean, I did get Turfield, so I can go level ball, getting things all set up. I'm feeling pretty good about that stuff. It's a lot of energies to discard. That's quite unfortunate. And I mean, this looks like it's got to be some Water Box or Lapras deck. Literally the words being taken right out of my mouth. So it looks like he can get set up and start attacking. But maybe I stranded that Frostmoth in the active. Hopefully there's no air balloon. That's certainly going to be the dream here. I wouldn't be surprised if he just grabbed another Snom here, getting one set up. Okay, maybe Mew's fine to start spreading some damage counters. We'll have to see what's going on here. I think he's trying to start attacking. But we can start doing a decent bit of damage to that Pokemon next turn if we are able to get out a Decidueye. So that's going to be the big game plan. And there's a Dedenne really fighting for these attacks. So at this point, it makes me wonder what attack he's going to go with. Maybe he's just going to get the Keldeo going, or it looks like maybe he's just going for the Lapras at this point. We'll have to see what's going on. The fact that he's into the Lapras already is huge. I don't know why he decided to attack with the Lapras instead of Keldeo. Maybe just preserving resources. But if I can just get a Rosa, I'm feeling pretty good about that. Now, my chances of getting a Rosa seem quite slim, so I am just going to go Rowlet like this, goes up in the active spots. Got Aipom. That's not terrible. But I don't think I'm going to need Aipom in this particular matchup. So I'm going to go Level Ball here, grabbing out a Dartrix. Actually, you want to know what? I'm not going to grab out Dartrix. I'm going to grab out a Rowlet. Let's go Turfield, grabbing out a Dartrix. And let's go Cynthia Caitlin, pitching away this Aipom. We'll grab the boss's orders. That's completely fine. At this point, I'm just going to go Rowlet goes down. Evolve. I'm going to attach here. Nothing else to really get going on over there. There's no point in me not... Maybe I should have attached the active and retreated into Snorlax. I am going to put Snorlax down because it's not like ADP. I have quite a few turns in order to get set up. Reasonably, I think I'm just going to pass here. So just passing, seeing exactly what could go on. I'm fine to sacrifice a few prize cards in the process while I get set up, because once I take care of this Keldeo GX, I think all he has access to is Frostmoth. Maybe there's something like an Articuno from Team Up or something like that. I'm not too worried about it. Got a little bit of a dead hand, but this should be a pretty simple matchup once we get set up. Okay. Yeah, Marnie is fine. I don't know if I'm upset about Marnie. We'll have to see what we draw into. Okay, there's Rosa. We can start comfortably attacking now. And this Pokemon, it's weak to lightning. I don't really need to worry about that too much. There's the Mew, so we can't put the 20 damage onto the Keldeo GX. That part's going to be a little bit difficult. Let's just go... Rowlet goes here. We can grab Rare Candy and Decidueye off of the Rosa. So we're going to go Rosa like this. Decidueye, Rare Candy, and we're going to grab a basic energy card. So all set up there. We have our other Rosa as well. So let's go Rare Candy right here into Decidueye. And let's start attacking. Splitting Arrow, and the damage is not going to matter because of Mew's bench barrier. So we're just vibing out here. Nothing crazy going on. But I do expect that we are going to get Sonic Edged this turn. Just getting hit for 110 damage. Now we are going to resling that back to doing 180 back to the Keldeo. So I think it's just going to be Sonic Edge for sure, There's the 110. That is his out in this matchup. So there's a boss orders. I don't really see any reason to play that. I'm just going to go Grass Energy. Actually, you want to know what? He can't really get a knockout anyway. So I'm going to go Mallow and Lana. Switch your active Pokemon with your bench. We're going to go ahead and send this up. We're going to attach the Grass Energy from our hand. We're going to retreat it back. Right there. Choosing the Grass Energy because we can get it back with Training Quartz. And let's go Splitting Arrow. Again, it doesn't matter who we choose because bench barrier is going to work all the time. There's the 180. So if we just get the attack off again, I think we are able to win. So he's only going to be able to go Sonic Edge. And there's really not much else that I see that's going to happen. Oh, maybe he's just going to sacrifice his Mew or try to play some damage counters with Psy Power. The 3 damage counters on the active sounds quite strong because then he could follow that up with a Sonic Edge. So I'm going to go ahead and play Big Charm. That was quite a nice top deck. And let's just go Splitting Arrow. Again, it doesn't matter where we put the damage counters because the Mew is going to block it with bench barrier. But no more. We need to worry about that. So he's either going to send up the Keldeo GX to attack with, or he's going to attach a couple water energies to bring it up to attack. So it's either on the bench, getting knocked out with Splitting Arrow, or getting brought up to the active and getting knocked out with Splitting Arrow. So overall, we're able to wall this deck. And for anyone who might be wondering, Lapras has been gaining a lot of popularity lately. This is actually a super cool matchup. I don't know if he's searching for Pokemon that he can knock out or anything like that. I think the boss orders on the Dartrix seems quite cool. Okay, I don't know if I like that in particular because we're able to just retreat back. So let's go like this. We're gonna get our energy back. And let's go Splitting Arrow and let's start building things up. So we have 3 prize cards left. So let's start building it up like this. I think that seems completely fine. So that's going to be the knockout on the Keldeo GX. I don't know if he plays Ordinary Rod or a way to get it back, but it could legitimately be an issue if we aren't able to find a Decidueye. So we'll have to see if he's able to find it. Has he discarded one? I haven't seen one. Okay, so there's a G-Max Pump. Probably should just start getting set up with another Rowlet at this point. That might be interesting. There's no way for us to really get the knockouts going on. So let's go Rosa. I'm going to go Ordinary Rod. Make sure I have a Dartrix. And there's nothing else that I can grab. So let's go like Quick Ball, discarding a Tag Call. Oh no, I'm totally doing the wrong order. I should have played Ordinary Rod first. Stupid order of operations. In my mind, I thought I played the Ordinary Rod. Grr. Okay, so let's go shuffle 2 Pokemon back. Let's get back double Rowlets. Shout out to Rogerio. So I already shouted them out at the beginning of the video, but they were the one who did win the event. At the chill event, that is. So that's completely fine. Really cool concept that they've come up with. So would have loved to get another Rowlet down, but maybe it's just a sign saying I do not need another one. maybe I'll get punished for it. I'm not sure. We'll have to see exactly what's going on this turn. Think Maddie's probably in for a rough ride here. We have to see what's left here. He is using Professor's Research to pitch this hand away, drawing the remaining 3 cards. Is he going to have it? Boom, we are able to win the game, decking out because he has no out at well. So shout out to Maddie for playing these games with me. Totally appreciate it. Make sure that you're using your proper order of operations, unlike me, where you go Ordinary Rod into the Quick Ball instead of Quick Ball into nothing. So, Decidueye just absolutely blocking everything with its Deep Forest camo, oftentimes winning by deck outs. And there we have it. That's Decidueye in absolute action. This deck doesn't really need a lot to really win games, and sometimes, as you can see, you just hit the right matchups and you win those games. It's one of those things where sometimes you cannot lose games if you get a Decidueye setup, as long as you don't overbench. Keep it simple. Should be a really easy deck to play in most cases. Of course, you can see that there are some sequencing deals that you got to really deal with, where I should have used Ordinary Rod first before I quick balled. I mean, I think it's just one of those things where I'm so focused on trying to make sure I don't make mistakes that I make a mistake, but that's okay. As long as you catch your mistakes and grow from it, that's really where you can grow as a player. So let me know what you think about Decidueye in the comments below. Do you love it? Do you hate it? Do you think this list is tight? Do you think this deck's gonna work at upcoming events like the Chill TCG event? Let me know. That being said, I'm gonna go edit this video. It's like 2 o'clock in the morning, so always awake, always creating content for everyone. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Totally appreciate it. Thank you so much. Have yourself a wonderful one. Peace out. I want to give a huge shout out to our channel members for the Zacian PTCG community. Not only do these members watch all of my content and support me as a content creator, they've went the next step and started to financially support me, which is absolutely crazy to me. So shout out to Ali Plays Pokemon, Xenon TCG, Smart TCG, Slavin Tizik, Joshua Sutherland, Justin C, The Home Junkie, Samuel Stapowski, Yoshi3483, Anonymous, Jake R, It's Lido26, Jake Mall, Tilted AF, and Patrick Colding for really helping me out. I totally appreciate that everyone here is digging the content more than I ever expected. And I mean, if you've ever thought of becoming a YouTube channel member, it does cost money. So if you can't afford it, that's completely fine. It's one of those things where you can get access to my deck list in Discord that I upload as often as I create them. You get access to early videos sometimes. You get access to coaching. There's a lot of really cool things that I offer my channel members, and I really appreciate everyone who's put in extra effort. Thank you so much for watching and supporting the channel. If you haven't already, it'd mean the world to me if you could subscribe to help support me as a content creator. Thanks again, and have yourself a great one.